Assalamu alaikum and good morning, everyone. My name is Suliana and I'm speaking from Petaling Jaya, Malaysia on how to do well in TRME or how to close TRME well. I hope you all are bright and early, all ready to listen to this session. I hope I can also add value to your business through today's Be a Star session today. First things first, let's all be grateful for the quality of life that we are all already experiencing, isn't it? Yeah. Well, it may well not be so perfect, but to me, we have a lot to be grateful and thankful for. For example, this morning we are gathered like this, on Zoom, and you can be all over. You could be from Singapore, from Kulim, you can be in Sarawak or whatever. And we are gathered here every Wednesday morning at 8 a.m. to learn more on how to improve our skills in this business. I thank Bao-Yan, Alan, and Phyllis for this opportunity to do this session this morning, and I do hope it will be beneficial for those of you who have dialed in. I'm also very grateful that I know about the new skin supplements, which has helped my health, and I'm grateful to have been introduced to these amazing products and the business by my angels, Ida and Nita. And thank you also to my mentors, Julie, Baoling, Ellen, and Bao-Yan. Thank you also to all the other speakers of Be a Star every Wednesday morning. They put in a lot of effort, I do know that, every week to share their time and experience for everyone to improve their skills so that we can all grow in this business. Alhamdulillah. So, what does quality of life mean to you? I always have this self-reflection, am I living a good quality of life? Well, at 68, the quality of life to me means waking up each day with a purpose and energy and a heart full of gratitude. I am blessed at this age to be able to be part of the new skin business, doing what I love, helping people while staying healthy and active on my new skin supplements. And of course, as you all know, I have a foundation for the underprivileged. I get to give back. That to me is the true essence of a meaningful life. It's a life that gives me so much, yet quietly reminds me there's still more that I can do, more that I can give, and perhaps more still waiting to unfold. So, why are you here? Yes, early in the morning, 8 a.m., why are you here? Yep, you should give yourself a pat on the shoulder for coming in this morning, for being here on time, and for being brave enough to pursue something that, well, is not really conventional, right? I mean, you've come up with a few challenges, isn't it? But we are here to achieve time and financial freedom. So what is financial freedom? It's when you no longer have to worry about money. It's when your passive income is more than your monthly expenses. Now, why do I embark on New Skin? Well, my biggest goal is to make my own decisions about how I spend my time, having the freedom to travel as I want, relax, and not do anything as I want, I can give to charity or maybe help people as much as I want, to set up a legacy perhaps for my children and their children and so on. So all without worrying about how much I have. Wouldn't that be lovely? Yeah. So do you remember this slide? It says wealth versus rich. How many of you remember it? Actually, Rain, our system founder, actually shared it with us for the first time at the ST23 convention 23 years ago. Yeah. Sorry, at SD convention 2 years ago. Sorry. Now that's a big difference, being wealthy and being rich. So which do you want to be? Now, a lot of people think if you have high income, their future is secure. However, a lot of times, high income does not necessarily mean you have assets. Many people I know, they live luxuriously as they climb up the corporate ladder over the years. But if they haven't invested in assets during their employment, that lifestyle may completely make a turnaround. They may have to just change it all as soon as they retire and no longer work as they don't have the high income anymore. So what's different when we talk about high value assets? It means you will generate more income even if you are not actively pursuing work. So this is about being wealthy. So here we are building assets and building residual income. So it is very, very important to understand that. Yeah. Now, as you can see here, look at these houses, okay? These are all our assets. This is why we have all come to Nu Skin, because we are building assets. And everyone we bring into our organization is our asset, because we are just collecting passive rent from them. So this is the passive income. Yeah. So let me show you how I got started. I shared it to the people closest to me, like my immediate family, my sister-in-law, my brother-in-law. And then I shared it with two close friends. And then the network just grows, as everybody also, they're introducing to their friends and their family members because the products are so good. So when the whole organization has a common vision and common goals, everyone can achieve freedom here. So we should just have to reflect, where are we now? Is your current job or platform producing income or building assets? Are your daily hours spent serving employer generating revenue for some other person's business and filling some other person's dreams? So you better think about that, Many people don't dare to come out of their comfort zone. But do ask yourself, if you would do the same thing over and over the next 3 to 5 years, okay, where will you be? Will your life be different? Will you have more time with the family? Will you have more sustainability incomes? We all have the same 24 hours in a day, 52 weeks in a year. So let's really invest our time properly to build our own assets and achieve the kind of freedom, the kind that we dream of. So this is the topic for today, how to do well in TRME. A lot of time we ask how. Actually, we really need to understand why we need to do well in TRME. Yeah. So to do well in TRME, it's the why and not the how. Okay. So number one, positioning. Okay. Positioning is very important because it's positioning that decides position. This positioning is everything. Okay, for example, let's say in a family. Like for me, as eldest in the family, I always had to make sure that, first of all, my parents, that they were well taken care of when they were alive, of course, and I was able to help them out to fulfill any of their requirements, like, sorting out, going to the banks and then taking them for doctor's appointments and whatever is it that they needed to sort out. To my kids, I'm the mom. And I'm the one having to organize their school runs when they were doing school. And then even now they're married. They're still, Mom, can you help me to do this, etc. The travel arrangements when we go to holidays, I'm the one. Yep. And also, hopefully, I am guiding them in the right direction. Now, to my husband, of course, I position myself as a wife and as a best friend. So the positioning is different depending on the situation. So how about in new skin? So in this business, we need to look at how we position ourselves. Are we positioning ourselves on building network or are we retailing? Now, if you're happy just selling and selling and selling, then it's not really necessary to attend classes, at 8 a.m. in the morning or evenings and all that. But if you're serious about building a network, then we are building our assets, our 525, 125. Now, this is the real business, okay? We need to be very clear that to have passive income, we have to build the network, okay? Now, for me, I've done maybe what 7 or 8 other MLMs, but I wasn't very successful. I mean, I wasn't earning very good money at all. I think it's because, they really didn't tell me much about this network building. They was all about retail. And they didn't tell me anything else. In retail, you have to keep a lot of volume, you've got in order to get high commissions. But as I understood this business better, I realized that my positioning then was not correct. So that's why you need to keep coming back to classes here to learn from our leaders on how to build network, as this is actually the strength of ST training, Success Together training. So actually, let's have a lot of gratitude. We are really very, very privileged to have ST and to be part of ST. Yeah. Oh, you may well come across some people like salespeople, like they sell cars, for example. Okay, they say they earn big commissions, especially for each car that they sell. So I actually met one, and then I OPP'd her, and then I explained about the business side and all that, and then she said, "Oh, is that what you're just earning for your TRME set? Maybe no need to waste my time lah." But actually, she failed to understand the power of network. She is just looking at each car as to how many she can sell, right? Okay, let me explain a bit more through this 7-Eleven example. Now, Taiwan has 3,000 7-Eleven outlets, okay? They sell tea eggs at their 7-Eleven. The profit of each tea egg is 50 cents. Now, if you were to sell 100 a day, the profit is $50. And in 1 month, it's $1,500. But do you know that they have 3,000 outlets, okay? So how much is the profit then? Yeah, profit in 1 month is $4.5 million. So in 1 year, yeah, 54 million, right? So this is what we're doing, we are building franchises of weight management. Because in 7-Eleven, when you own 3,000 outlets, you own the network, you own the franchise, okay? So that's why, Paul Getty, now he's the first billionaire in the world. He said, I'd rather take 1% of 100 people than 100% of my own. Of course, lah. Yeah, you can see, right? So we are building franchises of weight management, okay? So what is it that we need to do that? Okay, we need to expand our franchises. So our franchises are the BRs. BRs mean brand representative. So it's very, very clear, right? Our objective is to create BRs. So we also want to open up many outlets like 7-Eleven. We want to have one in some in Singapore, some in Malaysia, some in Indonesia, some in Sarawak, and even in the UK or in Europe. Okay, so that we can build our network. So we start by creating BRs. So you know how to do that, right? For those of you who have talked to some of your outlines, it is as simple as 1, 2, 3. First step, okay, is you start first. And then you share with some family members, and then you share with some friends, and then you can become a brand representative. So the more that you have in your network, you can build your network faster. But what does your belief system have to say? Can you get a BR in a week? Can you help someone become a BR in a week? How about can you get someone to be BR in a day? It's really about our belief system. Now, if you follow the ST training, you will learn the 6 steps to create a BR effectively. Okay? So it's just like this, we share the benefits of TRME and believe everyone needs it, as all of the BR share with others and build more BRs. It's just building networks. Okay? And I'm sure you know this plan, okay? You read the slide, and it says $1 million income is not a dream, okay? So we have Y. So Y is the BR, yeah? This one, Y is the BR. And then he has 5 BRs under him or her. And these 5 BRs create their own 5 BRs under them. So you have 25 BRs. And those 25 BRs create their own 5 BRs under them. So you have 125 BRs and so on. So basically, let's say in 3 to 5 years, for example, you are creating a BDM process. What is a BDM? Okay, B means be a star yourself. So you're the star. D means duplicate a star below you. And M means multiply these stars so that you will achieve your 5, 25, 125 to get to the $1 million circle. Okay, by just having these 3 levels of 5, 25, 125 at a minimum of 3,000 group sales volume. That means you are helping 3 people improve their lives a month. At 5% commission, you can be earning a very nice income of USD $23,000 a month. How does that sound? Not bad, right? It's about almost around 100,000 ringgit in Malaysia, or around 32,000 Sing a month. Do you believe this works? Have you worked this out? Because 525,155 is actually less than 1% of the 20,000 BRs that I've shown here. And it's just the beginning. So your positioning must be right. When you join this business, it's not about volume. It's about network. We are here to build a network. Okay, so number 2, strengthen the fundamentals. It's what you do on a daily basis. So our objective, as I mentioned before, is increase the BR count in your network, or more specifically, increase the number of duplicated business partners. So there are 3 phases of doing well. Okay, there's sales, follow up, and a duplication. So if you don't master sales, it's not so easy to follow up and activate, and you can't duplicate because you yourself haven't mastered the fundamentals. So it really starts with you. Everything starts with you. So increase your BR count. Now, this is our proven success model. It's like a pipeline that everybody goes through. So first of all, we have to have a name list, okay? And you start inviting. And this is to bring in the raw materials. And when you bring in the raw materials, you are doing the sales. And then you do a 1, 2, 3 with them, and that means they are sharing with their friends and family members. So then you are duplicating, and you can then follow up and activate, okay, to create even more BRs. And then you put them through the ST system, okay? You put them through the ST system, and with the ST system, that's the branding. So with all the coaching and the meetings and the 3 system treasures, you value add, by progressing them up. That means from BR, then they become EBP, Executive Brand Partner, and then they become Executive Brand Director, Team Elite, and then become, join the $1 million circle, which is a COE, Circle of Excellence. So everybody is part of the pipeline. It is a very amazing system and environment to help us grow our organization. It's just like many, many big successful organizations that have a proven duplication system. And really, we go great because of a system, okay? So please, 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 we must just follow the system. Leverage on the system. Don't avoid classes, as you are actually then slowing down your own progress. So how do these BRs come into the network? Yeah, all through sales, right? Now, is there any of you that didn't come from sales, from a sales background, for example? Actually, I'm sure many of you don't come from a sales background. I didn't come from a sales background. I've been doing charity work, welfare, okay? And most probably you say, oh no, I really hate doing sales. I've got no sales experience. But in any organization, okay, the most important department is sales and marketing, because if there's no sales, no revenue, okay? But in our business, we share what we use. Like you tell people, oh, I went to this favorite Thai restaurant at Bamboo Hills, it's really very, very good. It's so authentic. And their service, before you know it, everything's on the table. You just must give it a try. Jom lah, let's go and have a try next weekend. That's sales, okay? Because you're just sharing, right? You're providing a solution, you're opening your mouth, and you're just sharing. So the other thing is that if you're worrying about taking money from your friends, please change that thinking, okay? Because we are just sharing what we use. We're helping people with a solution and helping them make a decision. So open our mouth and share, and really, for example, you're also even selling ideas, like you can say that maybe that, there is a way of how you can wrap presents. I saw this YouTube Zoom. Let me share with you the link. So that is also sharing an idea, okay? So actually, we all can share. And we share with our heart and be sincere. Okay, now we look at our belief system. Do you believe that everyone needs TRME? Do you believe that TRME is the only solution? So we have to learn to protect this belief. Some of you who are joining this class today, you may be very new. You may well have some doubts because you think, surely not everybody needs TRME. What are these people talking about? What about if you're already so skinny, or maybe you are still breastfeeding a newborn baby? And or maybe they don't have any health issues, or maybe they have plenty of health issues. Surely they don't need to do TRME. Now, this is a typical thinking. But we must believe that they need TRME. So you need to come to more TRME sessions or trim and fit sessions, or listen to recordings or whatever. Listen to many, 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 many testimonials and increase this belief just by coming to any SD sessions, and you will see people transform from all kinds of conditions. Every speaker, every crew member, everyone there would have done TRME, and they also would have helped many, many people with TRME. You will see all sorts of people, all sorts of walks of life. So choose to believe. And when you do have this belief, your TRME franchise will just grow and grow. And you can share with anyone and everyone you talk to, because that belief is so strong. Okay? If you choose not to believe, honestly, right, you will always have doubts and probably find it harder and harder to believe, harder and harder to succeed. So just like in life, if you're always skeptical, and you always choose not to believe in anything, to be honest, you're actually sabotaging yourself. So you're closing a lot of doors to opportunities and success. So let's just believe. It's not so difficult, All right. So in order to build the belief system, you have to have two important mindsets. Whether it is you are wanting to close the TRME or the other products like Ultimate Duo, your Age Lock Reset, or any of the new skin products. First of all, 100% belief. You need 100% belief, not 99%. Because like 99%, for example, the water, when you boil the water, 99 degrees, does it boil? It doesn't, right? It only boils when it touches 100. So how do you get 100% belief? In order to do well in TRME, you must have 100% belief in the products. So how do you have that? You yourself must take TRME so that you can get to know the product. Now, you must take all the 3 months, okay? Not just 1 month or parts of it. So you have to do the whole 3 months. Now, do you have 100% or only 99%? Because when someone asks you, is there any rebound? And you sort of like, you sort of like halter and you're not sure because you don't know, you haven't been through it, okay? So what you need to say, of course not. Because as long as you follow our 3-3-3-3 eating habit, there is no rebound. So you have to say it with confidence. Like, let's say, we go to the market and then there is 2 stalls selling oranges. And there's one uncle, he says, my oranges are the sweetest in the country. But when you go to the other stall, the lady says, I'm not sure lah. Sometimes it's sweet lah. Most of the time sweet, but sometimes maybe not so sweet. Now, who would you go to? Okay. Someone who is not sure, or the boss who answers immediately, it is sweet, right? So people close based on belief. Now, if they ask you, can it help to tone my arms, or can it get rid of my tummy, or I'm diabetic, I need to ask my doctor. Do you say, oh, yes, you really need to consult your doctor? Or do you have 100% belief and say, look, people with medical conditions can take TRME. People want to get rid of your tummy, you can take TRME. Come to our TRME day and listen to it. I don't let the person decide because I believe TRME is the only way to help the person to slim down properly and overhaul his or her body. So that's why when you've tried the product yourself, you will know how they feel in the first 2 weeks, even in the 3rd week or so. Especially when you've taken the product, you will be genuine in your response to your customers. So when customers ask, wow, so fast with the closing. Yeah, I said, of course, because TRME is really the best, So you can't give others what you don't have. So if you still have any doubts on TRME, please talk to your uplines, the person who invited you to this session, to clarify everything once and for all. Because if you bring doubts to your customers, definitely you won't be able to do the closing. There are many ways to increase your belief. Listen to the recordings, attend to the trim and fit sessions, listen to recordings of those sessions as well, and then listen to the sharings of the different testimonials, Basically, TRME basically overhauls the body, and everybody's engine needs an overhaul. Like kereta also lah, like the car needs an overhaul, right? Our body, this is the only body that we have, okay? So look at these young people here. Now, if you meet Jonathan, okay? He's so slim, right? Are you going to be comfortable to recommend TRME? Yes, you have to be. You have to be confident. You say, it's really a good thing, right? That his sponsor persevered, because after that, look at that, how his looks even much better with his 6-pack. And all these young people now, so many of them, they're going to the gym and really trying to get, it takes a long time, to build up 6-pack. But with our program, it's just 3 months, okay? And look at for the young lady as well. Would you give up? Would you not even open your mouth? But look at her, how she has really shaped up, isn't it? Yeah. So it is really amazing. So do not be worried. What about if you met Wong Mi Hang? Do you know that she's a national badminton player representing Sarawak? She also went through proper training and all that, but she also needs TRME, okay? And then Shariza on the left, she's been obese since young, diabetic with insulin jabs, like 20 units a day. I mean, I also had somebody who had even 34 units a day, and I said, look, you just have to come with us and do this once, all right? And Shariza, she had high cholesterol, hormonal imbalance, irregular periods, and she also couldn't conceive, after being married for 14 years. But after TRME, she dropped her weight, her health issues resolved, and she had her baby at age 44. I mean, we've got many, many stories about it. You just have to listen to recordings, come to our sessions, such amazing, amazing sessions. And look at Dr. Hanafi. He's a heart patient himself, okay? Looking so much healthier, right? And Elizabeth Go, she's a breastfeeding mom, but also a milk donor. Do you know that you can donate your milk in Singapore especially, but you have to go through stringent testing to be declared safe. But people who are on TRME, it has been proven that it is safe. And we have Jaslyn Fong here. She wanted to go for ballet classes, only about 13 or 14 years old, but the teacher didn't allow her. And so what we're showing here is that it's even safe for young people to go on the TRME. Okay, she lost 33 kilos and her visceral fat, 10 layers of it, So amazing. Imagine if she didn't, and she will continue to be obese as she grows older, isn't it? I'm sure you also know people like this, yeah? Especially those who are in the corporate life, with no time to exercise or to eat properly, kan? They work too hard, and before you know it, you got health issues. Look at Nathan, he got high cholesterol, high blood pressure, uric acid, all back to normal, isn't it? Isn't it amazing, right? 6 packs some more, So you must have, again, back to your mindsets, belief. So just now, belief in the products. Okay, now belief in the company. That's also important, okay? Because Nu Skin has been listed in the New York Stock Exchange for more than 20 years, okay? Very, very established. Listed in the Forbes list of 100 most trustworthy companies, because it's given out more than 16 billion USD of commissions around the world. And the anti-aging technology was featured in the Discovery Channel, not once, but twice. Okay. So, it's been around in the US for more than 40 years, and then in Southeast Asia also more than 20 years. So when we do a business, right, with a partner, we definitely want strong business partners with a long-term mindset and long-term vision, okay? Nu Skin, they have continuous R&D. That's what I love about it, to ensure longevity and sustainability in our business. And it's up by so many in-house scientists, featured in the science publications. The products are listed in the physician's desk reference in the US. Method of manufacturing has the 6S process. And now there's Empower Me, they got digitalization, connectivity via so many things. You just have to just come to our sessions and listen to all the new things that are coming in, okay? There's a lot of things covered in, for example, the BOSS classes. You've got business opportunities that we have that somebody will share with you, and they have it in Bahasa, you have it in English. So please, please, please look out in your sessions, or ask your person who sponsored you, when are all these sessions, and come in, all right? Of course, some people, they do get some negative remarks. Maybe they get it from unreliable sources, instead of getting from reliable sources like Forbes or Discovery Channel. It's like, when you are buying shares for investment. So certainly, you would only refer to legitimate sources, right? Fund managers from reputable companies. So similarly, when you want to embark on this journey with Nu Skin, you also need to protect your belief about the company. And then only can you do well, because this is our partner. So we need to know the good things about our partner and see the right things as well. So believe, protect our belief system about the products and about the company. And then only we can do well here as we have a good partnership with the company. The third belief is about your uplines. Now, your uplines, okay, are like your parents. They want you to succeed. They're not going to point you in the wrong direction. They want you to succeed. So when your upline said, everyone needs TRME, okay? Now, do you believe, or you're thinking, this upline, I think they want to make more money, okay? You know, we've had people who are breastfeeding, cancer patients, people with kidney issues, all taking TRME. So after you attend enough classes and witness enough testimonials, will you believe? Because without 100% belief, you are actually slowing down your own success. Now, your uplines may not necessarily be the one who actually sponsored you, because there's some maybe who are not so active, but then there's some who are much more active. Now, when you first start, you may not trust them yet, okay, as you may not know them well. But after you work with them longer, you will find that they believe in you, sometimes even more than you believe in yourself. Like when you were younger, all right, when we were all younger, you know, we want to rebel against our parents, whatever they say, we will go the opposite way, isn't it? But as you mature and you go through the journey yourself, you realize actually they were right all along, right? So if you're able to internalize this earlier in the journey, okay, then there's no need to take a few years before you start believing in your upline. No need, okay? Just believe in your uplines, because it will really speed up your journey. They have walked the path you're going through, every single one of them, and they know the best practices. So just believe and trust your uplines. When they say, please come and attend the meetings, please dial in, just do so. Come back to the SD environment. When you're feeling a little bit lost or down or whatever, come back, and then just come back. And bring as many as you can to the upcoming convention, for example. So all that advice is to speed up your success. So no need to doubt it, okay? So without 100% belief, you actually slow down your own success. Yeah, so 99%, the water is not going to boil. So that's not enough, okay? So lastly, in terms of the beliefs, is yourself. Now, it's very important to have the right attitude, okay? Be open to learn, you know, empty your teacup, as they say, to master new skills, you know, and be committed to follow the system, okay? When I first joined also, you know, I'd been a consultant, management consultant, training consultant, been to all the consultancies and trainings that you can think of. But when I decided I wanted to do the business, I just emptied it, because I said, hey, you know, I've tried so many times to build a network and it didn't work. So there must be something there that I don't know. So I emptied my teacup and just followed the system. So the skill to learn has nothing to do with your qualification, okay? You can be a CEO, or you can be a housewife, a corporate person, and even goreng pisang sellers have succeeded here, okay? You could be a stay-at-home mom, or even a doctor who maybe they know all the technical knowledge, but you can only succeed here if you follow the system and follow your working uplines closely. Sometimes when you have all the qualifications and your cup is full, and because you think you know everything, now that one has that is the one that you can get a problem. Because really, the one that has the emptiest cup will be the one who learns the most and grows fastest, and they will succeed really fast. It's your mind that plays a big role. So if you start thinking, but what if this person got no money lah? Or you start thinking, what if this person doesn't lose weight? The moment you have any negative thoughts, you're not going to be able to close. Seriously, I know myself, okay? Yeah, because you are actually doubting yourself. You know, it's like stepping on the brake or the accelerator at the same time. So for example, are you sure, guaranteed or not, that I can slim down? And then after that, so if you are not sure, and then after it say, yes, you must take, and then you're not sure, you are like stepping on the brake and the accelerator. So you're spoiling your Ferrari engine. So you have to show the confidence because they don't know anything, right? You're the expert. So you just say, I'm 100% sure that you will slim down. Everyone slims down as long as you follow the program. You either lose in kilograms or you shape well, because in reality, no one just wants your money. Actually, they just want to test your confidence level. And if it doesn't work, how is it that TRME is the #1 program in Malaysia for the last 8 consecutive years, in Singapore the last 7 consecutive years, and in Korea the last 2 consecutive years, right? It must count for something, isn't it? So it is really that person's loss if that person does not take TRME. Then it's passion, okay? Passion. So would you want to work hard, make a lot of money, and then do what you like? Or you love what you do and then make money and continue to do what you like? Okay. I actually am very excited talking about new skin products. Even like talking like this, I get a bit excited, right? Because I really love it. Because I really love, sharing and helping people. So you must have a helping heart. Okay. It is acceptable to make money when you provide value to others. Okay. So what you are doing is you make helping people your mission. So what you do will become so fulfilling, because if he doesn't spend on TRME, believe me, they're going to spend it on something else anyway, okay? So this TRME will help the person. Okay, so now we're ready to go and meet the person. All right, so first thing, image. Attire. What are you going to be wearing? Okay, yeah, you're going to this is a professional meeting, right? Make sure that you dress appropriately. You are promoting a weight management product. Okay, do you go in a very loose and a very sort of loose and not tucked in or whatever, and then doesn't show your shape? I'm not saying that you need to be very slim fitting, whatever, but you need to be smart looking, that it can also show that you have benefited from TRME. You certainly need to do that, right? And even on Zoom, you have to position yourself as a TRME consultant so that people can have belief in you, because especially when you've just finished the program and you're looking good, so they need to have noticed your change. You don't need to say, hey, can you see me or not? Can you see? You don't say that. The way you carry yourself, they already know that you have already done something to yourself. So wear something that will make people notice your transformation, show that you're happy, you're excited, and you're confident of yourself. Of course, product knowledge is very important. Remember, I said just now, you must use the products first, and then the sharing will come from the heart. Okay, so and you also, it's just not theory if you have not gone through the product yourself. Okay, so actually, if you have even become a testimonial sharer, when they invite you to become testimonial sharer, please say yes. Okay, because that experience will be very good for your future times when you are meeting people. So make sure that you have got your TRME products filing materials. Okay, your order forms, and then your OMRON. Bring your OMRON. It's not a must, okay? But sometimes the brochures itself, first of all, it has been very well put together. Okay, of course, some people, they want to use their laptop. Yes, you can use the laptop or your iPad, but when you show the brochure, that's been very well put together through so many years, okay, the customer sees that, oh, actually, because they start thinking that, oh, maybe I can share this to my mother or to my auntie or whatever. They say, oh, actually, it's very easy. Just use a brochure also can. No need to invest in an iPad, for example, okay? So that's the reason why we use it, so that it is duplicable. And then the question is, do I need to bring an OMRON? Okay, actually, no, you can. I have closed before without putting them on an OMRON, but because you know that person also knows that person needs to go on this program because it's quite big, etc. Okay, but the thing is that when you put them on the OMRON, it affirms them. It makes them realize how much they need to do something. When they see the fat percentage, and when they see their body age, they say, oh my God, am I really that old inside? So you have to assure them that Omron is a very well-known brand, especially for measuring the blood pressure. It's quite revealing, isn't it? So that when you start putting them on there, and then they say, oh my God, I'm like this, and then they start chatting to you more and open up, okay? So you just need to persevere to make them realize that this is the solution that they are looking for. Now, you must have the intention to close, So if not, what is the point of meeting that friend, isn't it? Yeah. So again, the Omron is very effective, because what I find is that, if you don't use the Omron, it kind of like closes the opportunity. All right. Now, then what we need to do, is that when you are meeting the person during the meeting, there are actually various levels that you actually go through. Yeah. So we've got, of course, friendship and trust, and then you've got the needs, and then the actual presentation, and then we've got objections. We handle the objections, and then you're able to close. Okay. So the thing is that I'll just go through very briefly each of them, but how is you make yourself different from just anyone else selling TRME? Okay, because it's a lot of people are now know about the TRME and all that. A lot of them, they can be buying from their neighbor, their cousin, or their sister, or whatever. But you position yourself as the best consultant that this person will have. Okay, so start off with the first one is friendship and trust. Okay, there's actually three rules. The 3-second first impression, and then the body language, and then the 30 minutes of content and charisma. Okay. Now, when it says sincere praise is the best way to make friends. In the corporate world, many of you are from corporate, okay? We seldom praise people. Betul or not? Yeah? Yeah, I'm sure. Because, you say, oh, why should I praise him? If the boss thinks their work is better than mine, then she gets the credit and probably bigger bonus, that sort of thinking, yeah? But in this environment, it is very different, okay? You may not be used to praising people. We call it edifying, yeah? But it goes a long way in building your business. It's all about being more giving. And we have to feel the abundance around us, all this sort of like caringness, yeah? So, I also realized that when I don't know how to praise people, it shows that I don't know how to see the good in other people. So we can learn and see everyone in a positive manner, in a genuine manner. So needs, what do we need to look at? We need to look at the form. We have got, if you remember form is family, occupation, recreation, money. So you can ask about their family, how are they doing, are they well? And then you can talk. I mean, this is just in terms of making conversation. Where do they work? What do they do in their spare time? But, and then are there opportunities do they want to portray a healthy image as part of their own self-confidence? Okay. So they may look okay, but maybe, once you start talking about them, actually, I've been actually having this bad back, etc. and all that, then you can start talking already, right? So you have to just listen more, ask more, and care more, okay? And then you need to also find out the needs, okay? Believe that new skin can give them what they want. So be proactive versus passive. We are giving solutions. So you can make suggestions like, can I do a free body analysis for you, or your family members, things like that, or friends. So don't wait passively and wait, or you can give a friend. No, you are the one who suggested. Keep on suggesting. So these are the questions that we can ask ourselves. Why does he or she needs to slim down? Okay, what will happen if she or he doesn't slim down? Okay, and what happens if they do slim down? If they do slim down, can you imagine? They'll be healthier, happier, more energetic. They can do their work better. So we are helping them with a solution. So we have to find out all about this. Again, listen more, ask more, care more. So settle yourself first before settling others. So in terms of your presentation, keep it simple. Everyone can do it, all right? So of course, you always start with your own testimonial, followed maybe by your family members. And of course, bring along relevant testimonials. Maybe, for example, if you're trying to help your downlines customer and he said, oh, actually, it's a 60-year-old man, you, of course, won't need to show some young people losing weight, okay? And so you want to get as many sort of similar testimonials. And then after you show the testimonials, you proceed with the OPP file. So again, we just use the brochure, and then really what we're saying is that how you speak is more important than what you actually say, okay? You will definitely close if you share the excitement. Do you have that spark in your eyes? You could have a PhD or you could be a medical doctor, but if you don't show the excitement, okay, you won't close, okay? Because people, they actually base on emotions. They say, wow, this person is so excited about it. Must be really good, is it? I must want to try, I also want to try that. So transfer that excitement, okay? Be in control of the conversation. Sometimes they try to rush you about the price, but you control it. You control the present and say, look, give me 10 minutes to explain first, and then don't answer the price until they have heard the whole presentation, because they need to see the value and not the price, okay? So you just do it. Don't compromise. And then because you are the expert in the subject matter, whether you are speaking in front of a doctor. There was one time I was speaking in front of a professor who's a specialist in genetics and all that. And here we are talking about genetic expressions and everything, genes expression. So just be confident, don't compromise. So keep it short, 30 minutes or so, identify their needs, handle their objections, and then you can start closing. Just do it, okay? So after you have shown your testimonials and the other relevant things, you just go through it. So I'm going to just go briefly through the brochure itself. I'm sure most of you have seen the brochures. As you can either have this brochure or you have the PowerPoint slides, but please just use the standardized ones. Don't do your own, okay? Don't do your own, because these have been really been checked, and we really know in the sequence of how we need to do things, okay? So for example, your prospect may well become your customer, and later they want to activate somebody else, and then they will follow what you do. So first of all, of course, you share with them that the body fat determines your body shape, that both these people have got the same BMI, same height, same weight, but of course, this lady here is looking a lot better shape. Same with the guy as well, isn't it? Because the body fat has all disappeared. And then you share with them the high visceral fat, how it affects your health. Okay, the visceral fat are the layers of fat around the organs around your stomach area, and how it can affect the fatty liver and even narrows your the arteries by the cholesterol plaque. Yeah. And then you share with them that TRME transforms your life in 90 days. You have basically the right supplement, the right exercise, and the right diet. No need to starve. Just keep to the balanced diet plan and its quality versus quantity. You don't need to elaborate so much, because later on, when you do the unboxing, you will be going through in a lot more detail then, okay? So right exercise, no need for vigorous. In fact, there's some people that didn't even exercise, they also lose weight, okay? And it is the right supplement. No side effects, no heart palpitation, no diarrhea, insomnia, hair loss, etc. No regain in weight, because it actually increases your metabolism. Emphasize and educate them on the metabolism, because even if you don't eat, you don't want to eat breakfast, that lowers your metabolism, and as you get older also, your metabolism also drops as well, okay? So this one increases your metabolism. And say that when you say, oh, after fasting 30 days in Ramadan, I lost weight, but it doesn't mean a reduction in fats. So don't be happy if you lose water and muscles, okay? Because muscle loss means decreased metabolism. So what we're saying is that the TRME actually encourages fat loss and increases muscle mass such that you then form a well-balanced diet habit. Okay, so that I think is a very important sentence. Yeah. So reduces the body fat accumulation, increases the fat metabolism, increase the muscle fat mass. So you can see everything is already laid out there. You just have to read and go through it. And as you can see, the traditional methods, you can be losing some fat, but you also lose muscle, and it means decreased metabolism. But in our age-lock technology, you increase the muscle ratio. Okay, so what are the products? Basically, you have Jumpstart, increases the metabolism. You have the prickly pear, you got the saffron, you got the pomegranate, and then you've got My Age, you makes you feel full longer with the guar gum, and also reduces the food cravings and urge to snack with the mulberry leaf extract. And then we have to take the CSL or CS control before your first meal, and that has got the saffron stigma extract, which supports your positive mood, okay? And then you take the MC complex, which burns fats. That's the important one, okay? And builds muscles, which got the moringa, curry leaf, and the turmeric. So all that taken before food. Then we replace one meal a day, all right, with the trim shake, which is the protein to build muscle and increase the metabolism. Now, after breakfast, the first meal, and after your trim shake, you need to take the Life Pack. The Life Pack is the multivitamins, which provides the balanced nutrients and increase your metabolism. Okay, so again, the key features of TRME is no need to starve. I'm sure you all know this by heart already. No need to starve, no need for vigorous exercise, guaranteed no side effects, healthier after weight loss, no weight loss rebound. Okay, so why 3 months? They may say, because visceral fat, for example, it takes many 20, 30 years, 40 years to build up. So you think in 1 month it can just disappear? Of course not. It will take 3 months to chip away and things like that. Okay, so all these things that you've just said, no need to say, it really answers a lot of the questions that they have in their mind, especially about the rebound. Okay, so they will then know that they cannot just take 1 month or 2 months. Now, slimming alone is not easy. We also have a lot of other sessions that you can join. We have physical sessions, we have sessions online, we have system meetings, for example, twice a month on the Tuesday in the evening at 8 p.m. And then we have Publica. They have monthly physical sessions of Trim and Fit, first Sunday at 2 p.m. Indonesia, they have first and third Monday Fat to Fit. Again, you can ask the person who invited you in for when are these sessions, and please attend them. It's really fun and you get to learn a lot more. And that, really the root of it all, the root of all these health issues, whether it's diabetes, high cholesterol, cancer risk, and all that, heart disease, mood disorders, infertility, it's all about obesity. It's all about obesity. So TRME gives you a better image, and in fact, you can even have an extra source of income, after you have slimmed down, right? So after you have shared with them the brochure, then you take down their measurements, you go through with them and show them the ideal range of your visceral fat, your fat percentage, your muscle, your body age, and then you ask them, what have they tried so far? Maybe they say, oh, actually, I go to the gym 3 times a week, and I don't take much carbo. So you say to them, actually, then that's very good. So actually, when you take it together with the TRME, you'll get even better results. So you say that it really, complements what they're already doing. So if you don't bring the OMRAM, and as I said earlier, you are missing a big opportunity, because when they see it, okay, and they see that visceral fat is how many layers, that's when they okay, I better bust. I just have to do this, okay? So the next thing is, of course, there will be some objection handlings, okay? First of all, some of the objection itself is you might be the one that you have no confidence to do it. For example, maybe you are very shy to invite, or you are scared of earning your friends money, but have the right mindset, because you are helping others. Maybe that person's got diabetic. I had this friend who was, from 2016, 10 years, every morning got to inject herself. And she said, I'm so tired of it because my stomach is so hard already, So you just keep the invitation simple, all right? I say, look, just give me the opportunity. I'll just share what I want to, I have been through, okay? So you're not selling, okay? You just say, believe me, because I've already gone through it myself, okay? So some people will say, oh, let me exercise first, or I eat properly, or maybe let me just take 1 month first, or maybe, I just take the MC complex just to do no, you can't, okay? Because you tell them that you have to do the whole thing. You have to make sure that everything works as a whole package and to give you the best results. You want the best results. You want to see how, like what I have done to myself. You have to take the whole thing as it is presented. Okay, and then of course the pricing. Okay, do you have anybody saying that TRME is very, very expensive before you tell them? So I'm sure they say, I cannot. But wait. When they start asking about the price, you say, look, give me 10 minutes, give me 10 minutes. Let me explain to you first. So you make them understand that slimming is not cheap. You try any of the other methods outside, all right? So you explain to them, for example, if you're very big and you have got to go through bariatric surgery, all right? And that is what, 30,000-40,000 ringgit. I don't know what is in Singapore, may well be even more. And there's a lot of risk. And what about going to slimming centers? I have got a friend in Singapore. She spent 60,000 Sing, going to one slimming center, another slimming center. And it just didn't really work because they kept on getting rebound. Okay. And then even other products that you have, you don't even know how safe it is and everything. So in ours, you're only talking about 5,600 ringgit for our 3-month product, right? So it is really very, very effective and transformed to be healthier and a better you. And it is really, really value for money. So, so the key to objection handling is whether you want to influence the person, because excuses, all excuses are excuses. Okay, so don't dwell on the points. Remind them why they need to lose weight. Okay, ask them, do you want to lose weight? Keep on asking. Ask them 7 times. Do you want to lose weight? And so you keep on asking them, do you want to lose weight? And so when they say yes, and after a few times, they will get the answer. So assume close. So believe me, I mean, this business really, of course, relies a lot on relationships. So of course, the B person is very important. Yeah. So you can then ask them, okay, which would you like? Chocolate, vanilla, and now we have mocha. Or can we send it to your house? Is there anybody at home, or can we get it sent to your office? Okay, and then after that, do you want to pay by cash or credit card? Okay, so those are the questions that you can ask them, and then once you've got the information, and then you close and get the registration, get the IC, and fill up all the details, and also assume close. Okay. And because that person wanted to talk to you about losing weight, so they've come, and so you have made a decision that they need the product. Okay, then you can later on talk to them about maybe they've got other people around them that may also need the product, and you can also fix appointments about that. So after the meeting, of course, a successful meeting will always lead to another meeting. If there's no closing, maybe you can arrange for them to attend other sessions, or bring them to do for the trim and fit sessions, physical. You can meet up lines to get closure. You can just lead to another meetings. Okay, they can meet well, maybe you can meet up maybe some of their other family members and to give them a free body scan. Okay, so you can also then share with them the S booklet. Okay, you can share with them the 1, 2, 3 plan, because you can say to them that actually, I want to just complete my presentation. I just want to share to you that there is a business aspect of this presentation. Okay, no obligations. I just want to explain to you that there is an opportunity behind this program. Show it in a way that makes them want to help people around them. Okay, in fact, when I went through this OPP with somebody, and he said, no, I really cannot afford the product and all that. But after I showed the business plan, do you know what? He immediately brought out his credit card. There you go, because you can see that there is an opportunity here for him to get an extra stream of income, okay? So do listen to the recordings or talk to your person who brought you in as to how you can do that. So the real value of success is the ability to improve others' lives. Okay, why are we so persistent in continuing to share? Even some friends who said no earlier, we will go back to share again, right? Because we know that the program can transform their lives. And especially now, the TRME is really amazing. So Blake Roney, he's one of the founders of New Skin. Every morning he wakes up and say the first thing is you must think of one person who can help to uplift their living quality, okay? And so just remember, just get your thoughts together, your testimonials, your OPP files, follow-up recordings, and just go out and do it. So what's next, okay? What's next is you yourself can aim to be a BR, okay, brand representative, and help others, and then aim to be 10K. And then when you do 10K, you can then be an executive brand partner. Why do you want to do 10K? It's because you can get a very attractive income. Attractive income meaning that for 10K, that means you help 10 people in a month, you can be earning 6,000 Sing dollars or 13,000 ringgit in a month. How about that? And then we can all join up and go together for a success trip to Shanghai or do your Umrah next year. And of course, join the legendary MVP training, which is coming up sometime in June. Please talk again to your person who invited you. What is this amazing SDU leadership program? You just must attend, okay? So what do we need to do? 8 daily things. Use the product, share the products, share it to people who can benefit from it, share the plan, listen to recordings, read books, lots of recommended books, attend meetings, consult the uplines, and be accountable. Please block your dates. If you're from Jakarta, block June the 14th to 15th at the Red Top Hotel and Convention Center. In Malaysia and Singapore, it's for June 21st to 22nd. You've just got to come to our Life Transforming Summit, and it's at the World Trade Center in Kuala Lumpur in Malaysia. And I tell myself, no matter what, I must succeed in New Skin to give my loved ones a good life. Love is the biggest strength, right? So that's all from me today. Thank you so much for dialing in, and have a great day ahead. Success together. Together we succeed.